Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to JWF Monday Night Ignition. I'm your host, Silver Spoon, joined as always by a man who, well, let's be honest, a man who got called out last week, Captain Tibbs.
No, Sills, I'm not just a man that got called out. I'm a man that's getting ready for war.
That's right. The end of JWF Ignition was one for the ages last week when Scottye Moore returned from, let's be honest, months out of action ever since Summerfest when he had his arm broken by the Nightmare, the man known as Ghazi. Scottye Moore returned, shocked the world, aligning himself with the Nightmare, with Ghazi, under the banner of none other than JXT, our developmental territory. And it looks like, you know, last year we had JWF crossing the line. We brought JXT up. We gave him an opportunity, tried to see what those boys could do. And let's be honest, they shine. But this year, it looks like they're not here looking for a handout, looking for an opportunity. They're here for a war this year.
You know what, Sills? They're here to try to take. They're trying to take from old Tibbs right now, and I just cannot abide that.
That is right. But Scottye Moore has returned this week, and he is in our ring right now. And Tibbs, I wonder, what do you think the former hero of the JWF is going to say?
I honestly don't know, Sills. It feels like he's spoken his mind pretty clearly. I guess we're just going to have to see how he wants to waste my airtime.
Well, let's hear what the hero has to say.
A lot of people act like what happened last week came from out of nowhere, right? A lot of people are saying that what I did was a shock. But to me, last week was Captain Tibbs's bill finally coming due, because I can guarantee you this war between JWF and JXT, it started long before October 26th, 2020. No, it started when Funky Flossie, one of the biggest high flyers in JXT singles division, a bona fide main eventer, came to the JWF and got turned into one of the biggest jokes I've ever seen. It started when a former JXT champion, Houston Longhorn, got that call, got called up by Tibbs, and then got thrown into a joke of a tag team that has not gotten on their feet since WrestlePalooza. It started when Papa Bliss, one of the best talents that JXT has to offer, got called up. He got put in the Regal Rumble. He won the second win, and he looked poised and ready to become a main eventer. And then what happened? Was he welcomed in with the welcoming arms of Captain Tibbs? Did he get what he deserved, a WrestlePalooza main event? No. He got thrown back down to us like scraps from a dinner table. You see, that's what this guy does. That's what Captain Tibbs does. You don't like to think about it, but he doesn't look at us wrestlers like stars. He looks at wrestlers like pawns, like pieces in a chess game. And if those pieces don't fit his agenda, he tosses them away. And JXT, the Ellis Island of professional wrestling, takes in these lost and destroyed souls. We welcome them in with open arms, and we do something that Captain Tibbs never did. We make them stars. Doesn't matter if they have a weird gimmick or don't fit the mold of a professional wrestler. They are all equal in the eyes of JXT. Hell, one of our champions is a fucking dragon, and do we care? No, because it's thanks to that dragon, thanks to guys like the Jebeduk, guys like Papa Bliss, guys like Ghazi, that we have become the most dominant force in the world of professional wrestling. We are the rejected, abandoned projects of Captain Tibbs. And we're back because we want a war.
Well, Tibbs, it seems like Scottye Moore made his statement pretty clear right there, and I've got to be honest, in the past, you've had a few great talents come up from JXT, and it kind of did seem like you passed them over in favor of guys like Momoa Curry, guys like your son Chuck Tibbs, these guys who I guess you could say are already battle tested over these new young talents. How do you respond to this?
You know what, Sills? That's the problem. That's the problem right there. I gave all of these competitors an opportunity. I did welcome them here with open arms. And because they didn't make it on their own, because they didn't make it when I unleashed them into the JWF, that is not my fault. That is not my fault at all.
I could definitely agree with you there, Tibbs, but I've been looking down at the JXT, and you know something? They got 4 or 5 wrestling matches every single week, and here we managed to only have 1 or 2. We kind of seem to focus more on the story, and do you think that could also play into it? The fact that JXT, they don't focus on the story. They don't focus on the art of professional wrestling.
You know what, Sills? I think that what JXT does on a week-to-week basis is great in its own right. I think it is a wonderful showcase of talented wrestlers doing talented things. But JWF is more. JWF is a complete package. JWF has to have all of that simmer and spice. And just because JXT is all simmer, they think that they can come in and take a little bit of my spice. Well, I'll tell you something. I said it last week. I'm ready for that war.
That is right. And well, wait a minute, Tibbs. I'm hearing backstage. It seems like Scottye Moore is being confronted by an old friend. Let's have a listen.
Well, there he is, my boy. You sure do know how to make an entrance, don't you?
Yeah, hey, Blake, what's going on? Yeah, I can't talk right now, really. I got a few guys. I still need to talk about the whole crossing the line thing. Got a few JX.
Yeah. Actually, that's why I was gonna join you, you know? All that crossing the line talk. I mean, I hope you haven't forgotten, JXT's been our baby for so long. And really, it just makes me sick what they've done to our guys over the last year, over the last 2 years. It's finally time, and I think it's finally our time.
Our time?
Yeah. After everything we've gone through, building up JXT together as a team, you and me, it's time for the BS boys to ride once again and completely humiliate this company that has destroyed us.
I'm sorry, destroyed? That's not what this is about. This isn't about us. This is about JXT. This is about Jeb. This is about Ghazi. Honestly, the JWF, they have been very good to us. You get that, right? I mean, both of us, we've gotten world title reigns, WrestlePalooza main events. The JWF has been way kinder to us than a lot of people, and that's the point. There were multiple times that we got spots that other people needed just because of who we are. I mean...
Whoa. What are you talking about, man? We got our spots because we worked for them. Did you forget? We worked our asses off and became the heads of the JXT Performance Center in our time. We were veterans of that locker room. We earned our spot.
Yeah. I guess you're right. We really did earn our spot. And you know what? That actually that gives me an idea. So how about this? Why don't you head down to the ring and we make this whole BS thing official?
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. All right. I'm so with this. BS boys right again, baby. JXT!
Well, Tibbs, it looks like Scottye Moore might have just recruited one of the most dangerous men here in the JWF to Team JXT, and that is the brand new Captain's Champion, Blake Tanner. Let's not forget, at Heck in a Sec, Blake Tanner, he put on a show, ended a very long loss streak at Heck in a Sec, defeating not just the Dylan, but also Ghazi.
Sills, I'm flabbergasted right now. I don't even know what to say. The thought that our brand new captain's champion, the championship that I created myself with some of the best workhorses in our company, joining JXT.
I don't know, but you can hear the music of Blake Tanner as he goes down to that ring. And let me tell you something, this might be that turning point Blake Tanner needed. I mean, like I said, this whole year, the first victory he got was just a few short weeks ago. But we've known Blake Tanner to be the most successful when he is in the aura of Scottye Moore. I mean, that's when he became the first Triple Crown champion. One of the most dominant tag teams of all time were Blake and Scottye, and I think this might just get him back on his winning way.
Yes, we'll have to see, Sills, won't we?
All right, and Blake Tanner eagerly waiting in the ring, and there is the music of Scottye Moore once again coming out. And Tibbs, let me tell you this. I mean, Scottye Moore, he just talked about it. Oh yeah, JWF's been great to us. This is about JXT. What JXT stars have we seen? We saw Ghazi. That's about it. That is the most we've seen out of Scottye Moore. This more seems like it's his own rampant ego running wild.
That's kind of how I feel, Sills. It's almost like after his defeat, Scottye Moore went off, decided that to make his big comeback, to try to make himself bigger in the JWF. He has constructed this entire JXT JWF feud, and he only stands to gain from it either way.
Well, why don't we hear what Scottye Moore's got to say? All right, Blake Tanner, it is time. It's time to officially announce you as the first member of Team JXT. There's just one little problem with that. And that's the belt around your waist. You see, that belt, the Captain's Championship, it represents the JWF. Its very name represents that man who sits at that announcing desk week in and week out, the man who's called the shots that nearly destroyed this company. And now, with that belt around your waist, Blake, it means that you represent him too. So, I'm going to give you a choice. You can either lay that belt down in the center of the ring and join me on Team JXT, or you can remain a Captain's Champion, the champion of Captain Tibbs' company, and get destroyed with the rest.
So that's how it's gonna be, huh? I already told you, Scottye. I worked my ass off for this spot.
I had a feeling that'd be your choice. Well, you know what? How about this? You like to talk about how you worked your ass off for that belt. To me, it seemed like you stole it from Ghazi, one of our boys. But you know what? How about this? You want to work your ass off. You want to earn your opportunity. So I'm going to let you earn that opportunity right now in a match. If you can beat an opponent of my choice, you can join us on Team JXT Captain's Championship and all. But if you lose, you know what comes next. Oh, and Blake, that match actually starts right now.
Tibbs, it looks like we're about to have a match right now. The Captain's Champion's about to be brawling.
All right, Sills. It looks like our Captain's Champion has made his choice. We're going to have to see if he's ready to lie in that bed he's made.
That's right, but who do you think Scottye Moore could have chosen? I mean, he has a plethora of wrestlers down in JXT, and Oh, Tibbs, I'll be honest, I thought Blake Tanner had a fighting chance going into this, but not against this man, not against this absolute demon of an individual, the man known as Sammy Sin. Look at this 7-foot man walking to the ring right now.
Sammy Sin, of course, a recent standout star in JXT. I've even taken note of him. He's a very impressive wrestler. He's very impressive in the ring. And I will say, Sills, he is going to be a hard opponent. I would have to give that one to JXT even, but he's still got to see what it's like to be in the JWF.
That's right. And oh, unfortunately, Blake Tanner's showing him exactly how we do things in the JWF, just pouncing on Sammy, just brutally beating him down. But ooh, Sammy pushing him away, and oh my God, just turns him inside out with a massive lariat. Blake Tanner damn near just went into a spin cycle in midair.
That is a powerful lariat, Sills. It looks like he just ran into a steel bar.
That's right. You see Sammy now just stomping away at the body of Blake Tanner, who is wisely rolling to the outside. And Tibbs, let me tell you, that is the veteran knowledge of the man known as the Captain's Champion. Those ropes are going to be a real safe zone for him right now. Prevent Sammy from continuing this onslaught.
Exactly, always wise to roll to the side of the ring, get yourself in the ropes. If you take a heavy hit, you try to roll out of the ring. You got to stay conscious and know where you are in the ring to take advantage of a situation just like this.
That's right, but unfortunately, it looks like Sami Zayn is not going to give him much of an advantage. You see, he just grabs him by the hair, pulls him in through the ropes, and oh, could we see it? Could we see it? Massive draping DDT to Blake Tanner. Sammy going for an early pin. 1, 2. Ooh, big kick out from Blake. And now you can see Sammy looking frustrated. Blake Tanner backing up into the corner, and big splash from Sin before stomping an absolute mud hole in Blake Tanner. And Tibbs, Sami Zayn, he looks incensed right now. And I got to ask you this. Do you think this might be Blake Tanner's tactic at this point? Just trying to force Sammy to intentionally disqualify himself?
I don't know, Sills. You got a lot of things running through your mind when you have a sudden match sprung on you like this. I'm not sure if that's really what Blake Tanner's wanting to do, or if he is just trying to escape the onslaught of Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has brought a level of violence to this match that I don't think he could have even comprehended.
That's right, but you can see him going for a big splash once again is Sami Zayn. But, ooh, Blake Tanner dodging out of the way. Blake out of the way, and he's got him. He's got him. Picking him up for the bee sting. That beautiful brain buster. Dropping Sammy directly on the skull. Going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Ooh, kick out at Sami Zayn, but look at this, Blake Tanner not even caring, immediately dropping the knee on the skull, maybe trying to knock him out, try to just stop this big guy from moving.
Blake Tanner, of course, has had difficulty dealing with big guys in the past, especially taller, more muscly guys. He's always found it hard, it seems, to get them into a pinning predicament.
That's right, and now you can see Blake Tanner transitioning into a headlock, and that is a smart move. Blake Tanner is now dictating the pace. He is forcing Sami Zayn to try to weaken himself, just trying to get out of that headlock. But unfortunately for Blake, Sami Zayn, he's got that strength in spades as he gets back to his feet, and oh my God, with a massive backbreaker on Blake, forcing him to release before turning him inside out again with a massive lariat, and then a second Tibbs. Sami Zayn seems to be coming in like a house of fire.
Very true, Sills. His power just lifting himself and Blake Tanner up from that seated laying down position just speaks to the immense strength that Sami Zayn is bringing.
That's right, and then big splash into that corner once again, and then a massive boot. Sammy going for the pinfall, but wait a minute, Blake Tanner reverses into a crucifix. 1, 2, ooh, kick out at the last minute, but let me tell you something, I don't think Blake was seeking the pinfall. I think Blake was just trying to stop that huge momentum rush Sami Zayn was going through, and it looks like it has got him the advantage.
Very true, Sills. That's how a match like this, it could hinge on a singular reversal, on a singular moment of weakness.
That's right, you see Sammy a little bit flustered, goes for another lariat, but Blake with the super kick, a move that we know Scottye Moore likes to imply might be a little notice to the leader of Team JXT right there. But unfortunately, he is not going for the pinfall. He is backed up. He's looking for it. The Blake out, but no! Sammy plucks Blake out of midair. He's got Blake out of the midair into Demon Driver, and Sami Zayn goes for the pinfall. 1, 2. 3, and it is thanks to that massive demon driver that Blake Tanner has been taken out of the conversation when it comes to Team JXT. But Tibbs, just look at the JWF Captain's Champion. He looks furious.
Well, Sills, I honestly don't know how much sympathy I can have for the man right now, seeing as he wanted to completely betray this company just a few minutes ago and join Teams JXT. I honestly feel like maybe he deserved it a little bit in this case, and I hope that this helps reset his priorities.
That's right. You see Scottye Moore coming out on the ramp, looking down, and you can see a bit of disappointment in the face of the leader of JXT. What the hell is he doing? He's just barking orders at Sammy Sin. And oh my God, Sammy's grabbed a steel chair and he is just absolutely beating the hell out of Blake Tanner with that chair. This is horrifying.
Hey, that's my Captain's Champion. Don't you touch it.
And I mean, like Scottye Moore said, you're either with us or against us. And it's thanks to that loss that Blake Tanner is now firmly on the side of JWF, whether he likes it or not. And as Sammy Sin just showed, there would be repercussions.
Well, Sills, like any war, I would say this deserves a little bit of turnabout. I'm going to see what I can do to JXT next week.
Okay. Kind of scary, but I do want to ask you this. Scottye Moore, he honestly seemed to come into this with a battle plan. He threw in Ghazi. He already put Ghazi in here, warning us of what was to come. He already seems to have a general on his side in the form of Ghazi. And not only that, he's got tons of JXT guys like Sammy Sin, all kinds of people waiting in the wings for him. But do we have a plan here in JWF? Do we have somebody, some sort of savior? Because, of course, I know you can't wrestle. So, I mean, who do we have leading the charge?
Well, Sills, I thought long and hard about this. We have so many talented, great wrestlers here in JWF. But I really thought, to be the captain of our Team JWF, you need something in you. You need something special. You need something vicious, a streak that will lead you to victory at all costs. That is why, for the captain of Team JWF, I have chosen none other than my son, Chuck Tibbs.
Well, surprising very little, but sometimes you don't need surprises. You just need a damn cannon, and that is exactly who Chuck Tibbs is. And I'm actually being informed Chuck Tibbs is backstage with one of our top interviewers to hear how he responds to this appointment as the leader of Team JWF. Why don't we go backstage and hear what Chuck has to say?
Hello everybody, Honeypot Mick Eye in the Sky here with the man who Captain Tibbs has personally handpicked to lead Team JWF at crossing the line. His son, Chuck Tibbs. Now Chuck, how do you react to this announcement? Chuck? Chuck, I'm sorry, but I'll need an answer for you. We're live right now, Chuck.
Tibbs, what's going on with your boy? He's not responded. He's not even looking at Honeypot. He's just staring down at... Now he's just walking away. What's going on with Chuck?
I don't know, Sills. This may have grim, deep-reaching consequences.
Hey, Chuck! What are you doing, man? What's going on?
Hollywood Hulkshot. Nice to see you back after winning your best of 7 series against Danny Roanoke.
Can you believe that? Guy gets the opportunity of a lifetime and just steps out on it. Well, you know something? If he won't step up, somebody's gonna have to. And that somebody is gonna be someone with just as big a grudge against JXT as Captain Tibbs has. Someone who is treated like utter crap in JXT. Someone who experienced the other side of the coin. One that Scottye Moore's not talking about. Someone who fought his ass off in a tournament where those two sociopaths were literally threatening to kill me. And finally, someone who has still thrived despite them not knowing how to treat me right. Listen here, Honeypot. I'm going to tell you this right now. Scottye Moore is a liar. He says he doesn't have his favorites down in JXT, but I know for a fact that him and his little sidekick have always had their favorite little toys. And it's what prevented me from becoming a star in JXT. They held me back. But now that Hollywood Hulcher is going full force in JWF, I'm excited to get in that ring and show Scottye exactly what kind of star he had on his hand and what potential he wasted. So Captain Tibbs, listen to me. I understood that you already made your choice. But if you want a real leader for the JWF, well, you know where to find me.
Well, Tibbs, it looks like that if you need another team captain, because it seems like Chuck isn't up for it, it seems like we got one right there in the form of Hollywood Hulcher. What do you think?
You know what, Sills? It's a good idea.
That is right. And who knows who else could join him on Team JWF. But I mean, let's be honest. If you want to talk about someone who's proved all of Scottye Moore's little theories about JXT and the way we treat him wrong, it's Hollywood Hulcher. Not only that, let's talk about the man who's going to be wrestling in just a few short minutes against the JWF champion, Robert Hill. That man was in JXT for ages. We brought him up to JWF, and the man hasn't been defeated ever since.
Exactly, Sills. You want to see how coming to JWF makes you a star? You look at Robert Hill right here. That man has been on an absolute tear.
That is right. And look, in the center of the ring, him standing toe-to-toe with our champion, Guy Fieri. And Tibbs, I'll be honest, I don't think anybody can ever make Guy Fieri look small, but Robert Hill's doing it right now.
100%, Sills. I know Guy Fieri. He's riding pretty high right now with his new JWF championship still sparkly and fresh. But he's coming up against Robert Hill, who has not stopped winning since he first entered the JWF. That's got to be a little bit intimidating.
That's right, and that bell goes ding, and oh my God, Guy Fieri with the ultimate disrespect, just slapping Robert across the face. And Tibbs, let me tell you something, that might be the worst mistake Fieri has ever made, as Robert just begins beating the living hell out of Fieri, taking him into the corner as our referee Shibata forcing the separation before, Fieri raking the eyes and hitting a big scoop slam. And let me tell you something, that is the cleverness of Guy Fieri. Earlier we were wondering if Blake Tanner was trying to tease Sammy Sin into possibly getting DQ'd. You can see that's exactly the kind of game plan Fieri came into this with.
Exactly, Sills, and I'd expect this more from Fieri than anybody. Right now, Fieri is worried about his own win record, maybe even more so than winning the match.
That's right, and now you can see Fieri, he has got him locked in that big headlock, keeping the big man grounded. I mean, you can see Robert still grabbing at the eyes that were just raked by Fieri. He's got him down, he's got him blinded, and if Fieri can hit off one big move, that big right hand, Fieri might just get it done. But Tibbs, I want you to look at the face of Robert Hill right now. Those eyes have become cleared, and that headlock doesn't look like it's even affecting him. It looks like he's just wearing a scarf in the winter, and he is showing how little that headlock worries him as he picks up Fieri for a big slam before hitting a massive standing senton. And Tibbs, that's the deceptive thing that we've seen about Robert Hill, is that man is big, but he can move with the best of them in that ring.
Exactly, Sills. He is so agile for his height and size advantage. I mean, I swear that man is just all muscle, but he moves around the ring like he's about 5'8" and 120 pounds.
That's right, and it looks like the big man about to finish things off right now in that non-title match, calling for the Gaslighter, that move that has won him match after match. But Fieri wisely shoving him away directly into our referee, and Shibata goes down. Shibata's down, and look at Robert. Robert doesn't know what he's done.
No, Sills, Shibata can't make the count. He's the only person that can end this match right now, and he has just been knocked out.
That's right, but just because the referee's down doesn't mean the fight is over. Fieri proving it as he's got him up He's got him up. He's looking to end the undefeated streak of Robert Hill, going for the food fight. Oh, damn it, Tibbs. Damn it, that's the music of JXT. The JXT army is coming out to ringside right now. Look, there's Chuck Gibbons, the JXT champion, the Jebediah Falcor. They are all here, and they are surrounding the ring.
This is what they think? They think they're gonna intimidate us? They don't know the meaning of intimidation.
That's right, and it looks like Robert and Guy deciding they're not going down without a fight, grabbing steel chairs, and it looks like we're about to have a brawl, and the war is starting early, but... Oh no, Tibbs. Tibbs, look at Robert. Look at Robert. Look at Robert. Oh my God, cracking the champion over the skull with that steel chair before grabbing him. Robert's got him. Gaslighter right down onto the mat. And look at this. Gazi's waking up Shibata, pulling him into the center of the ring, and Shibata counting the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, Robert Hill has pinned the JWF champion. Tibbs, this is ridiculous.
That traitorous son of a bitch.
That's right. It looks like Robert Hill letting the world know where his allegiances lie. And, oh, damn it, there's the music of Scottye Moore once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the newest member of Team JXT, Robert Hill. You see something, Tibbs? JXT, we're not a brand. We're not just a collection of your castaways. No. JXT is a family. And I'll tell you right now, there's a lot more of my family in your company than you think.
Well, ominous words right there from Scottye Moore. Tibbs, what the hell do you think he means?
I don't know, Sills. I don't know when Scottye Moore became a cult leader or something, but I'll tell you right now that this war is only just starting.
That is right, and of course the war is only going to escalate next week, where of course you are going to be announcing the card for crossing the line. And Tibbs, let me tell you something, when you've got not just one roster, but 2 rosters to make a show out of, that's some potential dream matches right there.
100% Sills. I'm going to take all of these wannabe little stars that Scottye Moore thinks that they've got in the JXT. I'm gonna put him up against the best of the best of the best in the wrestling world today. And they're all found here in the JWF.
That's right. In addition, Hollywood Hulcher is going to be announcing the members of Team JWF, while we're going to see some tag team action. The Wild-Eyed Southern Boys taking on the Blockbusters. And Tibbs, let me tell you something. That match is going to be something that you got to pay attention to, because you got to remember, both of those teams came from JXT. I mean, Houston Longhorn, as Scottye Moore mentioned earlier tonight, was a JXT champion. A Titan and Bone Crusher, one of the most dominant tag teams they ever had. If you want to think about Scottye Moore talking about having more members of his quote-unquote family here, I think that's the match you got to check out.
Very true, Sills, and we're just gonna have to see where their allegiances lie, as well as many others in this company. And we just hope that they'll pick the right side.
That's right. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, remember to support the JWF by donating at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. You get tons of exclusive content, and we know there are a lot of shows on the BS network. If you want all of your money to come to us, exclusively to the JWF and not to JXT, you can fill it out in our nice little survey. Choose where your money goes, and we make sure it gets spent properly, Tibbs, at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS.
I'm really glad you mentioned that, Sil. Speaking of properly, Daddy needs money for stem cell research right now, so go support us.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask about that, but if you'd like to support us and get some badass merchandise, you can at merch merch.alotopurebs.com. We got shirts for JWF superstars, for JXT superstars. Let the world know where your allegiances lie at merch.alotopurebs.com. But until next time, he's been Captain Tibbs, I've been Silver Spoon, and this has been JWF Monday Night Ignition. And we will see you next time.